What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to do my spoiler review for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I do not know how long this video is going to be. I believe when I did my last spoiler review, which was for 10 Cloverfield Lane, it was like 35 minutes, 40 minutes around there. So that's the point. You want to make a spoiler review long. And if you want to see my non-spoiler review, I'll put the link down below. It's like 33 minutes, so if you guys want to check that out, you can. But now we're going to talk about spoilers. We're going in depth. We're going deep. We're going into the belly of the beast, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about the cameos. I want to talk about Superman's death. I want to talk about, from step to step, man, telling you what I loved about it, what I hated about it, and what I said to my review recap. I gave it an 8.8 out of 10. Mind you, it's a messy film, and yes, it has a lot of problems, but it's not a horrible film. It doesn't make sense. The movie doesn't make sense. Yes, I know. Lex Luthor, you know, what's his point? What are these characters' points? They never met, and then they know each other. And yes, but it's amazing still to see on film, and it's still legendary, still having all these people on film. I mean, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman fought alongside to fight Doomsday. That was epic. It was an entertaining film. I enjoyed myself. I waited 6 hours, and I was happy I waited those 6 hours. It was an entertaining film. The acting was awesome. Ben Affleck as Batman made the night. Wonder Woman blew. Literally. Oh my God. Trust me, my night was fun when I got home. Everything else, man, was just so fantastic. So, you know what I mean? That's why I gave it an 8.8 out of 10 as well, because is Zack Snyder my favorite director? No. Yeah, he's okay. I don't think he's a great director. Now, there are some Zack Snyder fanboys. If you're like that, that's you. Awesome. I understand why you like Zack Snyder, but I'm not a huge Zack Snyder fan. You know what I mean? And I enjoyed Man of Steel. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was a good film. And this is definitely better than Man of Steel. Now, let's get on to the spoiler review. I'm going to read from Wikipedia, obviously. Why do you read from Wikipedia? Because America. Anyway, we're going to do this real quick. Do you guys want to see my Frank Miller impression? Here it is. There's my Frank Miller impression. Alright. I saw him take a photo with Stan Lee, and he was like, so I was like, hey, Frank Miller, bro. Hopefully he enjoyed the movie. I don't know what his response was yet. Anyway, real quick, before we get in, we got to get into that thespian acting there real quick. Awesome part when Alfred's like, I may mess up here a little bit, because this is like one take here. Here we go. You're going to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us. If there's even a 1% chance that I could... Oh, shit. I messed up. See? Look at me. You messed up. If there's even a 1% chance that I could stop him, I'm going to take it as absolute certainty. How amazing was that? I'm going to go with that one more time just to add that sexiness in there. You're going to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us. If there's even a 1% chance that I could take him down, I'm going to have to take it as absolute certainty. I messed up there, man. You're making me nervous. I feel like you're in the room with me, so stop, please. Anyway, let's get on to this spoiler review. Here we go. Little by little, let's read it. I'll tell you what I hated from in-depth to, what I couldn't say in the non-spoiler review. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 18 months after the destructive battle in Metropolis, Superman has become a controversial figure. Billionaire Bruce Wayne, who has covertly operated in Gotham City as vigilante Batman for nearly 2 decades, blamed Superman for the mass casualties that resulted from his fight with General Zod Superman. Now, this whole scene with the Man of Steel, man, this happened within the first 15 minutes of the movie, man. And I gotta say, I enjoyed it so much. I love the way it was shot. It almost the way it was shot on the screen and everything is like if it did happen right from Man of Steel. I really enjoyed that. And the opening, of course, with the whole, and yes, I heard complaints. We've seen the Wayne stuff before. We've seen it. Yeah, but, at least it didn't take, 15 minutes to do the whole Wayne death. It only took, 6-7 minutes, and that was, less than 7 minutes. So it was done pretty quick. And I did love that shot. The first night, I've seen this movie 2 times in IMAX and IMAX 3D. And, seeing it when Bruce was rising, that whole scene there, I was like, what the hell? Does Zack Snyder really think that we're fools that bats could freaking pick people up but then it was in the dream, and then I was and the next day I loved it so much more, man. I got the whole thing and rising up, and it was pure brilliance. And the music, every single like original song in here, what they made or what they did was awesome. I love Batman's theme, I love Superman's theme, and Wonder Woman's theme, dude. I mean, Wonder Woman's theme is sort of like for me, but anyway. So that happens. The Man of Steel thing. Now there is a thing where, and I've heard people complain about this too, but it's true. When he's calling Jack on the phone, and he's like, "You have to evacuate everyone from the building." Why isn't he out of the building already? Every single person's in the room, and they're just kind of like, Alright, everyone, get out. Like, what do you mean? The thing was in front of you the whole time. Are you telling me you did not see it, or you just didn't care? Were you waiting for Brucey to call you and tell you to get out? All of a sudden, who was Jack to Bruce? Did Bruce not care about the other people either? Because, I don't know, did the people make it out? Why did he stay behind? Why didn't he just leave? If he would have left, he wouldn't have died. That's sort of the thing where I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, leave. What are you waiting for? You're just sitting like, okay, Hail Mary, Mother. Like, okay, I get that. I was a little emotional there, man. I actually got teary-eyed by that. And then when he saved the girl and everything, and she's like, he's like, where's your mom? What happens if her mom died a long time ago and she's an orphan? You ever think about that, Bruce? Anyway, like, all of a sudden, you gotta think about, where's your mom? Maybe I could date her. Or maybe, whatever Bruce Wayne does. And then she looks up and like, is she in heaven or is she like in the building? I don't understand what you're saying. But either way, I was like getting pissed. I was like, are you looking at the sky? The skyscraper? What are you doing? No, I'm kidding about that part. Either way, that whole connection there was really well done. You felt like he was actually in the disaster that was happening, which he was very lucky not to get hit by any rocks flying in the air. So, kudos to that. Superman, in his public identity as Daily Planet journalist, Clark Kent sees Batman as dangerous and seeks to expose him. LexCorp's Lex Luthor also sees Superman as a threat and convinces Senator June Finch to help him recover kryptonite from S.H.I.E.L.D. attempts from the Indian Ocean. Finch later stonewalls Lex's efforts to use Zod's DNA and the kryptonite scout ship recovered from the battle to create a biological weapon. Now this whole Finch, I didn't like her. I didn't like the actress. I know she's like, what was an Oscar award-winning actress or something, at least from my knowledge. And she has a lisp and everything. I didn't care for her. I honestly didn't. I don't care for her, honestly. I don't know what was going on between her and Lex. She's like, you could call me whatever you want. Like, are you flirting with him, or are you, like... And we're just introduced to Lex Luthor, like... Yeah, there's Lex... Like, we've known Lex Luthor, of course. And is he Lex Luthor's son, or... then they never really go into detail as, like, my father. Well, what happens if his father's name was Lex Luthor, but his other father's name was Lex Luthor? What do you mean, like... You guys just have the same name? I mean, I know it's Alexander Luthor, but there's no explanation. Like, all of a sudden, he's in the room, and he's like... I didn't touch anything in this room. You think Dad would be angry if I mess with some... Why what does this have to do with the storyline in general? You know what I mean? Like, I'm being honest. There's, like, and I don't know why Finch, like, they keep on seeing each other and everything, and I don't understand, like, this girl, she works for, like, the council or something, or, like, whatever the thing is, the judges, and he's like, you're galloping toward us. Like, this guy's not... Do you not see him as a psychopath? He is obviously nuts. Alright, so... Wayne infiltrates... Oh my god, my screen's turning off. Why does it do this? Okay. Wayne infiltrates a fundraiser promoted by Luthor to retrieve data from LexCorp's mainframe. But his drive is stolen by a mysterious antiques dealer, Diane Prince, who learns that Luthor has files on herself, as well as individuals with superhuman speed. Now, a cybernetic body and a man that lives underwater. So, that's definitely what I enjoyed so much, man, with the files. I love the cameos in there, man. But I will say, the whole party thing, Lex going up on stage, I thought that was pretty funny, how he was, that's there, and Clark's there standing and listening. But then, that Chinese girl... That's like Lex Luthor's assistant, like no explanation of why she has so much like camera on her. She ends up dying at the courthouse when it explodes. Like, no reason why. There's no care in the world for her. They just keep on showing her. Is she like an evil, like kick-ass fighter or something? Or is she just some random, like, there was no point in giving her screen time at all. But, that's the one part I really didn't like. It's like, she's like, Mr. Wayne, why are you in here? I thought this was the bathroom. I'm looking for it. Oh, well, it's upstairs. I'm fine. Okay, then why are you in the room then? Then why is she's such a horrible security guard. Okay, Mr. Wayne, well, if you're not going to the restroom, you need to exit the room. Like, I can't just go to some billionaire's house or whatever it's at and just go inside to the hard drive room. Oh, maybe I knocked this stuff down. Oh, my soda's going to fall on it. You know what I mean? Like, why is she letting him in the room? No, sir, you have to leave the room. And who has a hard drive, like, station right next to a kitchen? What? I mean, and then Clark comes down. Like, Clark ends up following Bruce, and then he ends up seeing this, like, trouble in Juarez or whatever, and I'm kind of thinking, like, one girl could die, or I could just continue following this guy and, further the plot instead of just going and having this whole scene with Neil Tyson talking and having all these people talk about Superman this, Superman that, when you could easily just go and confront Bruce even more. But then, of course, Diane Prince ends up taking the drive and drives off. Of course, didn't that happen in The Dark Knight Rises where Catwoman steals a car or something? Or hey, like, your wife took it. I don't have a wife. And then it was Catwoman. Hasn't this happened before? I mean, I know that wasn't Bruce's car, but, like, the same old going into the car thing and they drive away. It kind of happens. Okay, so Wayne later receives the drive back from her after she copies it. He learns not only of Luthor's experiments with kryptonite, but also his ongoing investigation about metahumans, including Prince herself, who was an immortal warrior. Yeah, that definitely, because I wasn't expecting to actually see that, and right when he clicks on the W and everything, you see that Belgium 1918 photo and Chris Pine and everything, and you're like, the Wonder Woman movie, yeah. Like, I literally was like, because the way it's, and like, I gotta tell you, Gal Gadot did not look pretty in that. Like, the way her face was almost like, I'm not being mean, like, Gal Gadot, she's oh my god, a gorgeous woman, hell yeah. But just that photo, she was like that, and like Chris Pine was like, and it was like, I was I mean, it's not, she doesn't have to look pretty. She's obviously gonna look pretty in the movie, but in that photo, she was like ape. But I mean, literally, definitely, it's gonna be a freaking amazing. I'm hoping Patty Jenkins is directing it, man. I so far what I've seen and of that little footage they released from it looks freaking awesome. Wonder Woman's amazing in this movie when she's in the suit and she's kicking ass with the sword and the lasso of truth and everything. So him looking at that and his reaction, and also Ben Affleck's reaction when they're at the party at Lex Luthor. For some reason, he's invited and Clark Kent's invited out of all the people. And he's basically like, Gal Gadot looks behind and she's like, and he's like, I'm taking her home tonight. Like, that sort of look like, wow, like finally, like, Bruce almost falls in love, man, and then all of a sudden she's like, steals his hard drive and everything. That's what women do, man. They steal your things. Never call you back. Batman attempts to retrieve Luthor's kryptonite, but is intercepted by Superman. Which is one thing about it, like, that's the whole car chase scene, right? And, you have the Russian guy from 300, Rise of an Empire, and the Russian guy, like, who I think was KGB Beast or whatever, but I guess he was not technically, and then he could be Firefly, but he wasn't Firefly. But he was like, load up, let's go. And then, like, all of a sudden, the car chase was amazing, don't get me wrong, and everyone's bitching like, Superman freaking, oh my god, Superman ended up killing people. Do we have to have the same, Batman, excuse me if I said Superman, do we have to have the same Batman all the time? I'm just gonna knock you out. Who cares if he kills? Like, I'm tired of people like, well, that's not the way Batman should be. Batman should be the way that it should. It's a movie. It's not real life. Batman is not a real person, okay? So he can do whatever he wants. It's a fictional character. Like Ben Affleck says in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Fictional characters. They're not real. Calm down. If he could kill, then he could kill. It's a movie. But kids, watch this. Then don't bring your kids to the movie then. Simple as that. Your kids don't need to see this shit. It's for us. The people who read the comics. The people who love Batman, like Batman, Superman, or DC. The people who've known it. Not for 5-year-olds. It's for older people, man. Not 12-year-olds. It's for people who have been longer on this earth for 16, 17, all down to the 90 years old, however long it's been since 1938 from Superman and from Batman. People around there, everyone thinks Batman is a 10-year-old sort of thing where kids... No, it's for the toys, yeah. Not for the movies, man. They're saying this is different. This is dark. You can take your kids to the movie. It's not like Deadpool. I mean, it's obviously not that. But you know what I mean? Who wants to take their kid and their kid's like, oh my god, Dad, who's that? Oh my god, you little shit. It's Flash. How do you not know this? Why are you my son? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be embarrassed like that. And like, who's that? It's Aquaman. Why does he have long hair? It's a movie. Who cares? You know what I mean? You don't have to look exactly like everyone's always complaining. Aquaman has long hair. Why doesn't he have short hair? Who cares? It's Jason Momoa. Did you not see his muscles and everything? Like, amazing. Anyway, I know I'm going off, but like, there's one thing on the thing, like, I know Batman could have just flew off, but remember when Batman was on that rail and he had the sniper and everything, and he was like, how did he get to the Batmobile so fast? Like, literally, it was 10 seconds and they drove off. Are you telling me he glided all the way? Gliding takes quite a while, actually. He's gliding all the way down. And then he goes into the building, whatever. He goes into the parking lot. He goes into the Batmobile. He closes the thing. He starts the engine. He goes and he drives. Are you telling me he did all that within 10-15 seconds? Jesus Christ. The editing sometimes, man. It's like, okay, now he's in the Batmobile. And like, and then the car chase is epic, man. I mean, the explosions and the way it was filmed. I saw some of the filming for it. Really amazing, dude. I love how the guy, like, you remember where the Kryptonites held in that big 18-wheeler and the guy's, like, taken with him with a Batmobile, dude? That's a crazy death to go, man. But it was intense. I love the whole minigun, and then he ends up, like, destroying it with a bullet from the Batmobile. Perfect, man. Perfection. And the action scenes are what they really get down right. Yes, this movie doesn't make sense at times. Which, if you review, either you review this as a movie, or you don't think about it like that, and it's a superhero experience that you've been waiting for 3 years, man. We've been waiting for this for 3 years. Is it a letdown at a time? Like, there's two parts to it. Yes, it's a letdown, but it's enjoyable as hell. You know what I mean? It's bad. Not like a total bad movie, but like, yeah, like, it wasn't everything you wanted it to be, but it's everything you wanted to see. You know what I mean? It's like both. It's playing both cards, basically. Alright, from there, man. Yeah, but he's intercepted by Superman. Like, all of a sudden, he's in a car chase, but then the 18-wheeler's gone. Where did the 18-wheeler go? Did you take a wrong turn or something? Because all of a sudden, Superman's like... For one thing, how did Superman know Batman was going to, like, come that road? Also, I don't know, like... I've seen this movie 2 times and I still don't understand. How did he lose the 18-wheeler? Like, what? I don't what? Anyway, that's the part, of course, where he's like, the bat is dead. Next time you shine that light in the sky, something like that, the bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy. Tell me, did you bleed? And then, like, that's basically the part there. Really awesome. Okay, so, intercepted by Superman, who orders him to cease his activities. Later, Finch summons Superman to a congressional hearing at the U.S. Capitol to debate the validity of his actions, where Luthor masterminds a bombing that kills dozens of people, including Finch. The public blames the bombing on Superman, who goes into self-imposed exile. Now, this whole thing here was kind of stupid. I did like the bombing at the courthouse, but maybe if they, like, oh my god, people died, and, like, all of a sudden, like, no, like, Batman's not like, oh my god, my former employee just died or something. Like, he doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like, no one cares that all these people died. The media people, the people sitting down, the police officers, the judges. Nobody cares. And the guy in the wheelchair, Scoot McNairy, who's in a show called *Halt and Catch Fire*. If you haven't seen *Halt and Catch Fire*, he plays a character named Gordon. They just got many months ago, but they're filming season 3 right now. Watch *Halt and Catch Fire* on Netflix, man. You'll love it. It's the 80s. And it's computers, and I mean, literally, trust me, season 2 was amazing. Season 1 was really good. Check out *Halt and Catch Fire*. Scoot McNairy. He played, of course, Wallace something in the movie where he's in the wheelchair and he loses his legs, and he's mad at Superman, right? And also that one thing where he climbs up and he puts false god on the statue. Why didn't the cop do anything? Like, the cop's like, sir, do you not have a taser? Do you not have a gun? Do you not have pepper spray? Can you not just tase him and he could fall down? Like, okay, so he doesn't have legs. Does that mean you're not... What happens if he had a gun and he was shooting people? Oh, he doesn't have legs. I'm not going to do anything. No, tase him and then get him down. Simple as that. You let him write false god on the thing. What? This makes no sense whatsoever. So anyway, I love the whole thing where it bombed and then you see Superman just standing there like... Hello, darkness, my old friend. Like that Sad Affleck interview, just like... Basically, he was like... Shit. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. So far, we're 45 minutes into the movie, and it feels like Michael Bay's directing this. Because all so far, I've just seen explosions. What could have been an amazing scene interrupted with a bottle of pee and an explosion. How could an explosion in a wheelchair cause that much damage? I have no idea. Either way, let's move on from that. Oh yeah, and then he just leaves. He ends up leaving. Like, you have a girlfriend as hot as Amy Adams, and you don't bang her, you don't do anything with her, yeah. If I was Batman, I would be going hard on Amy Adams every single morning and night. And all of a sudden he just leaves and he goes to this mountain and there's the Costner himself, man. Kevin Costner, the beautiful Kevin Costner. Fantastic actor, man. But either way, he's there and he's like, it's a pretty place out here. It's all downhill from here. At the river. And I got a farm, like pancakes, flapjacks. You know, I used to have nightmares about blah, 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 blah. It all stopped when I met your mother. And then, like, all of a sudden, you know, this scene does not need to be, like, I love Kevin Costner, he's awesome that he's in here, but it's like, maybe you could have saved this for a Man of Steel 2 instead of just this movie? And, like, all of a sudden, Kevin Costner is kind of like, I miss you, son. And then it takes Clark Kent 20 seconds just to be like, I miss you too, Dad. And then that's it. That's the scene. Like, literally, it was like a 6-minute scene that was not needed. That could have been a deleted scene, honestly. This movie did not need to be in... Like, either if it did, it needed to be cut down shorter. And plus, was it a dream or was he literally in the mountains just hallucinating or something? Like, why is he in the mountains? Why was he walking when he could have just jumped on that mountain instead of, like, walking? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why. Like, there's no explanation why he went to that mountain or why he went there. There was no explanation. That's the thing about this movie. There is no explanations in this, what happens. Mind you, we don't need baby steps all the time. We don't need to know every single detail. But the thing is that they don't put details in the movie. Batman retrieves the kryptonite and prepares to launch a preemptive strike against Superman. With Batman now having the kryptonite, Luthor activates the Genesis chamber aboard the scout ship and splices his own DNA and Zod's. Alright, now going to this. First off, we didn't see Batman get the kryptonite. They just totally cut that scene out of there. Now, I'm thinking maybe they filmed it and put it in the special edition, maybe. That kind of sucks that we didn't get to see nothing of Batman taking him down. But the whole Zod thing. Didn't Zod look so fake when he put him in the water? Like, look, that didn't look like Michael Shannon. It looked like a fake wax body and the beard and all that. Like, it didn't look like Michael Shannon. But the whole thing of... How did he know about creating Doomsday and everything? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, again, what's his motive? Just to destroy Superman? Like... Jesse Eisenberg played a good Lex Luthor. Yes, he did. He was great in the movie. But the way they wrote him was so... What? Why? Why now? Why not during Man of Steel? Why not during... Like, where were you during Man of Steel? Why you didn't do this? You know what I mean? Like, why all this sort of things, right? It's... I don't know. I don't want to even get into this DNA and Zod and the cutting of the hand and all that. And all of a sudden, he knows how to work an alien ship, too. Like, oh, here, I'm in the alien ship, okay. Hey, your override is complete. Hey, we don't allow deformation. You know, the council, doesn't want it. Well, where's the council? They're gone, sir. Well, then, let's go. And it's like, really? Are you... Okay. Apparently, the ship just listens to a guy. Wow, and he's not even Kryptonian, man. Like, the ship's not... I thought the ship was smart enough to, like, notice the guy's obviously not human. Alright. I mean, obviously not Kryptonian. While manipulating the ship to teach him of other planets and interdimension races, Luthor endangered Superman's love interest Lois Lane to lure him to LexCorp Tower. This scene alone... Another thing, because I love Amy Adams as much as the next guy... But Lois Lane was just not interesting in this movie. She wasn't. I really wasn't a big fan of Lois Lane. She was kind of annoying and she was slow in this movie. Like the whole Africa scene and... Like she just goes up to the guy and she's like, so do you consider yourself a terrorist? Like, no hi, no hello, no nothing. She just sits down and she's like questions like, are you going to say hi to the person? Are you that rude? Are you serious? By the way, the guy that died that had the camera, he's actually Jimmy Olsen. They confirmed that already, that was Jimmy Olsen, and he's dead now. So, thanks a lot, Zack Snyder. And by the way, I don't want you guys to think that this is a hate thing. I already told you it was great, an 8.8 out of 10. I'm not hating, like, I'm just telling you what I didn't like, this is it. Now I'm talking about. Wait till I get to the cameos. I want to talk about the cameos more, but I gotta pick this up here, man. So anyway, by the way, when Lois Lane fell, how did Superman get there? Like, what happened? Like, he doesn't have spider senses, so how does he know? Does he just, like, I don't know. What happens if he was, like, eating somewhere or someplace and, like, I don't understand. Like, how did he get there so quick? Was he around the area? Was he watching? I don't understand. Either way, it's a movie. But, like, I'm not going to even get into that part, honestly. Alright, so where he reveals that he has been aware of Superman's secrets for some time. Lex blackmails Superman into confronting Batman by holding his adoptive mother, Martha Kent, hostage at an undisclosed location. Alright, so that whole scene there, taking Martha Kent, that whole scene, like, she didn't even try to run as much. She could have ran the other way, but she didn't. It was stupid, that scene. But, I rather would... maybe in the R-rated version I'll say horror instead of witch. But we'll see what goes on. I don't know, it would have been a little bit more kinky if it said horror. But, alright. Now, the whole... I love that thing where Clark ends up kneeling down and he's pissed and he's like, where is she? Oh my god, wait. Did he say that? Is that a reference to Batman? Where is she? I don't know. That may have been a... Wow, that could have been a reference. Cool. Anyway, his eyes... Ooh, if I die, she dies. And if you fly away, she dies too. Now God bends to man. Oh, go now. The greatest gladiator fight in the world. Day versus night. Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I love the way Lex acts, man, but that was awesome of how Henry Cavill reacted. Like, where is she? I love it so much, and his eyes all red in the vein, you know, it was perfect. So, well, it's either go fight Batman or go and tell him, hey, help me out here. So, honestly, okay, next up, man, where he reveals that he has been, okay, I'm sorry, okay, I'm lost right here. Ooh. Anticipating that Batman would kill Superman with his kryptonite, Superman tries to plead for Batman to save Martha, which also the latter late mother's name, causing him to come... Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. Superman tries to reason with Batman, revealing that he knows his secrets, but leading to a fight in which Batman nearly kills Superman with a kryptonite spear. Thinking death is near, Superman pleads for Batman to save Martha, which also the latter's, which is his mother's name, causing him to come to his senses and realize Superman is not a threat. Yeah, with this scene, man, in total IMAX, it looks amazing. It looks crisp. It looks clean. And the directing for it, it looked really amazing. I love the way that that was shot and filmed. Definitely, the whole fight scene. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but the fight scene was awesome. I enjoyed the choreography in there. Superman did get his ass kicked, but yet Batman got his ass kicked as well. So they equally got... Well, Superman got more ass kicked, but I think everyone knew Batman was going to win. It's easy. Batman would win. But good thing, you know, I was kind of like really Lois Lane shows up right when he's about to kill. But I love it because he was like, where did you hear that name? Where did you hear that name? How? And I was like, Ben Affleck, dude, like, this is intense, dude. And his mask is all, like, broken, and it's intense. And it's kind of weird, because I never knew that it was Martha Kent and then Martha Wayne. That's pretty crazy, man. Apparently, they just named them both the same. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, that whole thing there. But I was thinking, like, why was Batman all, like, well, here I am. Like, Batman was acting so cocky and everything when... Superman could have easily been, like, not going towards him and being like, Bruce, for real, I need you to help me. I'm being honest. Lex Luthor, like, tell him. Instead of being like, look, there's a pad on the floor. I wonder if this is a trap. Boom, trap. I'm like, are you for real? Really? Like, why couldn't you just tell him, like, Bruce, hold on, Lex has my mother. Like, you could have just said that and maybe you could have come to an agreement instead of just having this big old fight, which honestly... I love the fight, but I would have liked to have seen just them talking and going, to, you know, to go get Martha, you know what I mean? To go get Lex Luthor. So, anyway, where am I at? Batman leaves to rescue Martha while Superman confronts Luthor, who unleashes a monstrous, artificially bred creature made with Kryptonian technology on the attire, but are outmatched due to the creature's abilities to absorb and redirect energy. The whole Batman saving Martha thing, I enjoyed that scene. The choreography, again, was intense, man. Batman freaking kicking ass. It was pretty brutal. It was amazing. Now, the thing with that, he's like, Martha's not going to die today. And then all of a sudden, he's in his regular Batman suit and just, like, drives away in his Batwing. And I'm like, did you have the suit on you? You have the armor suit on. Your regular suit's not under there. It's armor. Did you take the time to put on your boots and everything and take it all off and put stuff on, and put the makeup on and then put the mask on and then, alright, 20 minutes later, alright, still got like 10 minutes to save Martha. How do I know where Martha is? There was like no real information there to give. And then, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense just the way it was all done. And again, people will complain. Wait for the DVD release. Well, this is the theatrical release, okay? This was what was shown in theaters. It should have been better edited. But I did love the fight, and definitely, you know, with the whole guy shooting the flamethrower, why didn't he just shoot him in the head and then he would have, like, fell down? I mean, I don't know why he just didn't do that. But, okay. Yeah, and then the whole Doomsday thing being released, man, I really enjoyed that Doomsday reveal. Obviously, we knew he was in the movie, but just the way he was like, whee! then basically he was like, woof, and like Superman stops him and everything. It's like all slimy and everything, and boom, and like seeing Doomsday, and then woof, and they like go into the air and outside. Lex Luthor almost died, and he's not scared. He's like, I would have been scared and been like, oh shit, I almost died or something, but apparently Lex Luthor didn't care if he ended up getting hit. So we are here, crash ship infiltrated by Zod's remains and Luthor's blood. Superman and Batman join forces to fight him, and they are aided by an arriving prince in her warrior Wonder Woman attire, but are outmatched due to the creature's abilities to absorb and redirect energy. Man, I was skipping lines, honestly. Realizing that their shared kryptonite DNA results in shared vulnerabilities, Superman retrieves a Kryptonian spear and sacrifices himself to impale the creature with it, while the creature stabs Superman with his bone. Okay, with this scene, man, they went both ways with Diane. She was going on an airplane, and then, like, all of a sudden, no dialogue whatsoever. She just leaves, and then she's where was she keeping her Wonder Woman attire? Was it in her suitcase or something? Like, do they not go through check? Like, where is she keeping it, for one thing? Oh, yeah, doesn't she turn like that, right? She's like, Wonder Woman. Like, I don't know if she... I wonder... So, is that how she gets her suit on, then? She doesn't, like, naturally put it on? I guess that's, like... That's pretty easy, man. Imagine if, like, Batman could just be like, yeah, Batman. I don't know. That seems more realistic. Like, really, I think that would have been, I don't know. That's easier than just, like, oh, fuck, putting all the makeup on. Like, stupid, you know what I mean? Either way, that's awesome. Everyone cheered when Wonder Woman came on. I was like, yeah, Wonder Woman. First time on the big screen. Amazing, but why are y'all clapping? You know she's going to be in the movie. I mean, it's not like, oh my god, you didn't clap for Batman when he came on screen. You didn't clap for Superman when he came on screen. You damn didn't clap for Doomsday when he came on screen. So why are you clapping for Wonder Woman? You know what I mean? Like, alright, calm down. She's Wonder Woman. She's amazing. She's a badass. Yes, she is. Calm down. You know she was in the movie before she was in even her Wonder Woman attire. So why are you clapping now? Like, oh my god, she saved him the day. Yeah, it was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, but either way, I'm not gonna let people, like, ruin their time and everything. But, her sword, I mean, literally the way that she kicked ass, and they were all standing there, and Batman was doing his gun like that, which for no reason, he was just kind of like, alright, yeah. And then all of a sudden, she jumps like, mee! And then, boom, boom, and Superman is like, woo. I mean, it's amazing. The thing is, like, Batman's all there alone, like, oh, I'm the only person out of the Justice League that, like, has to be back here. Okay, guys, oh, Superman just got hit. Oh, be careful. Oh, you're hit. Oh, now he's coming for me. Okay. Oh, CGI. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just goes on. Which was cool. I love the final action scene. This movie is better than Deadpool for me. Now, Deadpool was a great film. Yes, it is. It's still a great film. I can't wait to buy it on Blu-ray and watch it again. But they're two different films. One's a comedic superhero film, and this one is a drama superhero team-up. So, then again, Deadpool had less cons than... Like, Deadpool wasn't a mess as Batman v Superman is. So, of course, the fight happens. Superman ends up dying. You know, big stuff. I didn't like Superman dying the first time I saw it. I was kind of like, oh, like, really? He's going to be back for Justice League. Like, why do you have to kill him? Like, why couldn't Superman just put the kryptonite in him? Oh, look, he's gonna stab me. I'm Superman. Fly away. Why couldn't you just do that? I have no idea why. But he did that. But you could blame it on Wonder Woman. She's the one that cut off his hand. And then the bone, like, maybe he wouldn't have died if you didn't cut off Doomsday's hand. So Luthor is arrested after Lane exposes his numerous crimes. When he is visited by Batman in prison, he gloats that Superman's death has made the world vulnerable to powerful threats, of which he was taught about while manipulating the Kryptonian ship's technology. Batman threatens Lex and promises that he will always be watching Luthor. Okay, that scene there, he's obviously teasing Darkseid or Brainiac, one of those two, because he's like, The doorbell has rung. He's coming. Ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. You don't know when he's coming. It's too late. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. This is me holding the bars, but like he's just like, and he has like, I don't know whether that was spit or whether that was, I don't know, snot. I don't know, Jesse. You gotta clean yourself up, bro. But either way, that was intense. Where did the cops go? Was it all part of a plan? Like, all right, okay, Batman, you ready? All right, turn off the lights. Okay, we're gonna step away. All right. And then he's like, open this, like, I know it's a movie, but how? A memorial is held for Superman in Metropolis, and as Clark is also declared dead, Wayne, Lane, Martha, and Prince attend a private ceremony in Smallville. Martha passes an envelope to Lois, which contains an engagement ring from Clark to Lois. After the funeral, Wayne reveals to Prince that he has a plan to form a team from Luthor's file subjects to protect the world in Superman's absence. Later, a faint heartbeat begins echoing from Superman's grave, and the dirt around it begins to levitate. Alright, so let's talk about those cameos, though, man. I gotta talk about it, man. First off, the Flash scene. The whole nightmare scene was amazing, of course. Darkseid and his minions. We didn't get to see Darkseid, but we got to see a taste of how Darkseid could look with the minions. That was the Parademons, obviously. They were really awesome. The cinematography there and the graphics and the CGI in the way it was filmed. I love how it was like Batman with a gun and he's like, "You got it. I'm sorry." And then like all the Superman fighters are shooting and he's like, "No!" And like literally he's like, like, I mean, literally, he's just going at it, dude, and I'm just like, and then all of a sudden, these parademons are just flying, and he's like, I don't know, man, it's intense, and then he wakes up, Bruce wakes up, which, it makes no sense, and then Flash is like, "Hey, Lois, you have to save her, you have to find her, she's the key, you have to stop it, do you like my suit? Yeah, you have to stop it. Find her. Find her." And then, like, all of a sudden, he just backs it. Like, he has a robotic suit and is like, and then, like, his Flash mask and everything, which was amazing. I didn't expect Flash to just be there, and I was like, I knew he was going to be, like, in the nightmare scene, but I don't know. Like, it was going to be right there, and then afterwards, I was like, Ezra Miller. And then, like, his beard and everything, and I was like, yeah. It was like, but after that, you know what Batman does, Bruce Wayne? He never mentions it. Maybe at the end when he was talking to Wonder Woman, he could have been like, "Hey, this guy came to me in my dream," and like, apparently, he doesn't give a shit. Then, I guess he doesn't care about that at all. Like, maybe in the special edition they'll talk about it, but you know what I mean? You should have put it in the theatrical. And then Aquaman's cameo was really awesome. I like that. Flash's cameo in the store was awesome. And then Cyborg's cameo. So, you know, people are like, that was a sloppy way. It was shoehorned in. It was good. It was only like 40 seconds basically of cameo. Like, just boom, boom, boom. That equaled 40 seconds for 30 seconds. Fine with me, and it didn't even take up a minute, so alright, cool. So overall, man, I told you I gave it an 8.8 out of 10. Let me just go over the pros real quick and then go to the cons. But first off, the pros, man. Of course, the action. Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne Batman was fantastic. The opening in here, Henry Cavill as Superman. Lex Luthor was amazing. Jesse Eisenberg. The effects were on point, man. Wonder Woman Gal Gadot did a fantastic job as well in the suit and also in the action. It makes me so excited for the Wonder Woman movie. Doomsday was really cool. I doubt Doomsday's dead. He'll probably be back, man. The cameos were awesome. The cinematography was great. IMAX, you definitely got to see this in IMAX. The Man of Steel connection was pretty cool. The emotions, I did feel parts of it, man, where I did want to cry in the beginning, like when he's holding the little girl and he's angry at Superman. That was really intense. Batman's introduction was awesome as well. I think Zack Snyder directed that part really well. Almost where he should direct a Batman film. The Nightmare scene and the Flash cameo after the Nightmare scene was the best out of the whole movie. Jeremy Irons was awesome as Alfred. Sadly, we didn't get to see much of him. And the dark tone, how intense it was, and the chase scene, the Batmobile, and the music in the movie. Now the cons. The destruction. There's a lot of destruction, and if you want to see more of that, to my non-spoiler review of talking about that, but there's so much destruction in here, as much as Man of Steel was. It's very messy. Like I told you, it's, stuffed with things. It doesn't really explain itself that well. Some editing in here was really bad. The changing of the costumes, the pacing, it was long. Lois' storyline is not very, it's just, I don't care about Lois Lane's story in here. They don't talk to each other very much. You want Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman to talk more, and then Superman dies and they're kind of like, oh my, I barely knew you for 2 days, but alright, you're dead. Go to your funeral. So anyway, they don't address things the way you want them to. It is a mess of a film, but it's still an entertaining one, and I plan on seeing it for a third time on Tuesday. It's not as bad as Fantastic Four. It's not the worst film. It's not mediocre. It is great to me as an entertaining movie, but as a movie itself, it was okay, but to the point where I have to even it in the middle and give it to an 8.8 out of 10 for being, it was better than Deadpool. It's the best superhero movie out of the year so far. No doubt, maybe Captain America Civil War will be better. I'm assuming, and not to hate with Marvel and DC, don't start that fight there. Let's be honest. I think Civil War will have probably a better story and pacing and better, stuff going on within the movie. We'll see. Let's not talk about it yet. But I have a feeling Civil War will probably not have the problems that Batman v Superman did. So anyway, comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about this spoiler review. Thank you so much for joining me for how long this video was. I really appreciate it, guys. And I'll be seeing you guys for my next spoiler review, which most likely will be Captain America Civil War. If you want to see my 10 Cloverfield Lane spoiler review, I'll put the link down below, and also my non-spoiler review for Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Thanks. If you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like and share. Until next time, bye-bye.